from Persaloo, and it's Friday Craft Club. We're crafting, and today we are doing mermaid crafts, and I'm really excited about what we've got planned today. So I think my camera's a little crooked. I want to move that. Hold on just a second. Let me adjust slightly so you guys don't feel like you're falling over the whole time watching. Okay, I think that looks better. Is that better? No? Still crooked? Okay, well maybe we'll be a little crooked. So if you're watching, say hi, tell me where you're watching from. And so today, I said we're doing mermaid crafts. I'm really excited about the projects we have today. All of the projects I'm doing today are using some of the designs from this month's Fresh Cut SVG bundle. So I'm in a group with, sorry, there's a wet paper towel on the floor. You'll see what that's for later. Okay, anyway, I'm in this group with some very talented bloggers, designers, creators, and we do every month, or it's like every 6 weeks, I guess, we do a new collection of designs that you can use with a cutting machine like a Silhouette or a Cricut or Brothers Scan and Cut or whatever you have, vinyl cutter machine that you have. And this month's theme, the bundle is all themed with mermaid designs. And you guys, these mermaid designs, they're so good. Like, I am crazy about this bundle. It's so cute. So there's a link in my description that has all the products I'm using today, and there's also a link to the bundle in that. So if you want to check out the bundle, go check it out. It's super cute. This is, let me show you the one I did. So this is my design. It's this little it's kind of like a tattoo style mermaid, and it says make waves, and I love this. This is my beach bag for this summer, or pool bag since I live in the desert, but isn't it cute? And so you can do the different colors, or you can do it all one color. Anyway, this is my design, but we're gonna be using some of the other designs from the bundle today. So okay, let's get started. First I wanna show you, okay, so Betty Jo from Paging Supermom, one of the designs that she included in the bundle is this stencil. Can you guys see that? It's like a mermaid scale or fish scale stencil. So we're gonna use this today to do a couple different things. I cut this out of stencil material. If you've ever used stencil material, raise your hand, tell me what you think about it. A lot of times when I do stenciling, I'll just do like a vinyl stencil. Removable vinyl works really good, especially like if you're doing on wood or glass or any surface, because it comes off really easy and it makes a nice good seal for stamps. But the cool thing about stencil material is you can use this over and over again. It's just like a stencil that you'd buy from the store. So it's kind of like a thin plastic sheet, and it's sticky on one side. So I cut Betty Jo's stencil design out of this, and we're gonna use it for a couple different projects right now. Okay, so I already got started on these leggings for my daughter, and can you see that? It's kind of like a watercolor look with the scales. I'm really excited for her to see these when she gets home from school today. I think she's gonna be pretty stoked. Let me move, I'm gonna move the camera down so you can see more what I'm doing with my hands, I think. Sorry guys, one day I'm gonna like have a really sweet setup where I'm not constantly adjusting things. Maybe, or maybe I won't. Maybe it'll always be like this. Hopefully it's not too annoying. Okay, so can you see this? Aren't they cute? I'm really excited about these. Okay, so the way that you do this is, and I kind of liked the idea of it I didn't want to try to cover all the leggings because that would be really hard to get the lines all matched up perfectly. So I just kind of did sections. I'm going to show you how I did it. Like, I was thinking I wanted another patch like kind of up here on the hip section. So also these are like, you might notice they have like paint. These are like old crappy leggings that she never really wears, but I thought maybe we could make them a little fun and summery, and they'd be cute to wear under like little tank dresses or whatever this summer. Okay, so I'm going to just lay the side of this flat right here. Move that out of the way. Whoop. So like I said, this stuff is sticky on the back, so that helps. And I'm just going to stick it down, get it kind of stuck down there. And now this is the dye that I'm using. I love spray dyes. Have you guys ever used spray dyes before? Because normally with dye, you have to like dip, right? And the cool thing about spray dyes is that they work really good with stencils, and they're just kind of, I don't know, spritzing and spraying stuff is like kind of the way to go, right? It's definitely messy. So I've got my plastic tablecloth here to try to tame the mess, but also I'm not afraid of a little dye. Guys, it happens. Okay, so this kind that I'm using is called Tumble Dye. And this is more like a liquidy dye. I have another one that I like too. Maybe I'll go grab it. Show you guys. Let's see. These are also good. Tula Color Shot. These are more like kind of aerosol, but these I think give you more of an opaque. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what my experience with them has been. These are a little more opaque, and these are kind of more like watercolory, which I thought they would be good for this. Also, these colors were more mermaid colors, so I went with this. Okay, the spray dyes you can get on Amazon or Consumer Crafts, like really any craft store, and I've got links to these ones that I'm using. If you go to the link in my post, you'll find the exact same ones I'm using, these tumble dyes. So you just spray them, and then you have to heat set the dye with either an iron or throw it in your dryer before you wash it. And the heat, applying some heat is what keeps the dye from washing out when you wash it. So, all right, so I've got my stencil down. And again, if you're just joining us, we're doing mermaid crafts. And this stencil right here is one of the designs in this month's Mermaid Fresh Cut SVG bundle. So I've cut the stencil out of Silhouette stencil material, and you'll find a link for that also if you've never used it before. And now we're gonna spray and hopefully make a mess. It's gonna be great. So just shake it up and just go into town. And I kind of try to keep the spray like in the center of the stencil so you don't get a hard line on the edge where the stencil ends. That's my pro tip right there, my pro technique. I'm not professional at all at this. I guess I kind of am, but not at this. All right, so here we're just, the green comes out a little more solid, it looks very fishy, which is kind of cool. And we'll give it a little more of the blue in the middle. Okay, the moment for the reveal. Here we go, guys. Peel it up and see what we did. So you can see I've used this stencil a bunch and it's still pretty sticky, so the material works pretty well. Ta-da! Isn't that awesome? And I really love the way the dye gives it kind of that, I don't know, it's like a watercolor look, right? Effect. It's very mermaidy, fishy. So I've got the line where it was folded, and I could go over and do more stencils right there to kind of soften it. Maybe I will a little bit, because that's going to be like right on the front of her leg. So if you want to keep going, then you just pick up your stencil. Well, first let me clean it off a little bit. So I just use a paper towel and just dab off the excess dye like that. And if it's getting really dirty, you can use a wet paper towel. So I'm just gonna kind of, I'm not too precise with it because, I don't know, I'm just not trying to be too precious with it. It's supposed to be kind of organic looking, I guess. All right, so I kind of lined that up there. Yes, it's so easy. And I'm gonna give it a little spray like that, just to kind of smooth out that line. That's it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Aren't those cute leggings? Who needs mermaid leggings? Raise your hands. This would also work really good on like a t-shirt or, I don't know, anything. Like a piece of art. This would be a really fun, like for the background of like a mixed media piece. Okay, I think I need a little more on this backside real quick just to even it out. And then I'm gonna show you, so I also used there we go, all done. So now I'm just gonna set these leggings aside to dry for a little while. And then I'm gonna throw them in the dryer for like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to set the dye. I mean, I should probably read the instructions, but you just heat set it and then they will be washable. Yes, Erin, you need to make them. She will love them. Okay, I'm gonna throw these to the side to let them dry. And then I wanna show you guys another thing I'm using this for. So, obviously when we think about dye, we think about fabric, right? Like tie-dye. Everyone's done a tie-dye t-shirt, so I think that's like the first place your mind goes with dyes. But you can also use dye on wood. So I used the same stencil and the same dye to give this box a little mermaid makeover. And then we're gonna put some more stuff on it. But first I'll show you, this is the same exact thing we just did, but I left the top part. I haven't done the top yet. So I'm just going to stick this on. And I was really, you know what, let's do like halvesies and then we're gonna move it over. I was really trying to go with this, like, I didn't want it to be too precise. I knew it'd be hard to get it precise, so I was trying to go really kind of organic with this and not be too precious about it. So I want this green one to not be so, there we go. Did I get the camera? All right. So the wood, dye works on wood, I guess is the point of what I'm saying. And I'm trying to just kind of relax and be chill with this and not stress out too much about it. I'm gonna kind of line up the scales with the part I already did and give it a couple more spritz. Maybe a little green this way. All right. So there we go, there's the top of our box. So I used the same stencil, the same sprays that I used on the leggings. And now, it's kind of fun, right? So this is going to be our Mermaid Treasures box because one of the bundles designs is this really cute, actually I have it right here. We're gonna put this on top of our box. Isn't this cute? It's got the little dingle hopper in the middle. This is from Jill Fritz, who made this design, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do this in a minute. But first we're gonna move this over to the side. Oh, we do need more purple. Okay, I'm gonna put purple foil on the top. Okay, Alicia, is that acceptable compromise? I should have used more of the purple dye, you're right. Okay, so I'm gonna set this to the side to dry because we're gonna come back to this in a minute. But this is what we have so far. I'm liking it. It's a little like mermaid grunge almost, maybe. Is that a thing? We're calling it a thing. Okay, so now, yeah, the purple's coming, Alicia. All right, I've got a bunch of things already cut out over here. I need to peel apart. We'll get that one later. So I have these cute mermaid leggings for my daughter now, right? And she needs a cute little dress to go with them, don't you think? Don't you think? So I've got this little dress from Walmart. And then while I was getting ready this morning for this live, I got some hot glue on it. So there's a little hot glue spot on it. Oh well, we're gonna roll with that. I tried ironing it out and I got some of it out. Does anyone have any good tips for getting hot glue out of clothes? If you do, let me know. Share them in the comments, please. I would super appreciate it. But we are going to put this cute design, oh yes, totally perfect for a Disney trip. Super Ariel colors. I might try to just cover up the hot glue with my vinyl design here. So this, okay, I have to show you, for those, if you're just joining, you have to see the leggings that we just made first. So these are the leggings that we did. Can you see those? With a stencil and some dye. Super fun. So we're making a dress to go with our leggings. Okay, so this design is from Heidi at Happiness is Homemade, and it's super cute. It says Mermaid at Heart, and then we have this heart made out of mermaid scales, because we're big on the scales. So I've got all of these scales already cut, and I'll show you how they all piece together. So in my Silhouette Studio software, how I did this was to separate all the pieces. Guys, it's sticky. You open the design up, and this works the same in Cricut Design Space. You just, let's see, I have to use my brain a little bit right now, guys. Okay, that's not perfect, but we'll get it. You open up the design. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like when it's all ironed on. Isn't that awesome? Got 4 different vinyl colors. I'm really excited for this. Okay, so you open it up in your software, and then you select a bunch of the different scales, because in the file they're all the same color. So I have a post on my blog about how to cut by color in Silhouette, so if you're a Silhouette user, you can check that out. And basically you just change the color of the scales you want to cut from the same vinyl, and then cut by color. So I have a white glitter vinyl, like an iridescent, like holographic vinyl, and then 2 colors of green vinyl. And then I got this purple glitter vinyl. So we're gonna iron them all on the dress and make this cute dress. Seriously, my daughter's gonna be so excited when she gets home. And I'm going to try to not burn myself as I do this. That would be the goal. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start with the words. The trick with doing multiple colors of vinyl is that you want to make sure that you don't give any of the vinyl too much heat or pressure, right? Because if you give like a smooth vinyl a lot of heat and pressure, it can start to warp or melt, and it can also affect the adhesive. So when you're doing multiple layers, you want to think about, is this section going to be getting more vinyl as I add the other layers, right? So this part up here should be fine because it's not by any of the other colors. Oh, let's see, where's my cover sheet? Hold on, I lost my cover sheet. Got too many things going on here. All right, so I just have, this is called multi-use paper from Expressionist Vinyl, and I use this just to protect my fabric, or if I was gonna peel off my carrier sheet, this is what protects the vinyl from the iron. So whenever you're doing heat transfer, if you're using an iron, make sure you give it some pressure and some heat. I have my iron on the cotton setting for this, for fabric. I know a lot of you guys have easy presses. I probably need to get one. Okay, so I'm gonna peel this off. Oh, it didn't quite stick all the way. I'm gonna give it a little more heat. Sometimes too with glitter vinyl, you have to let it cool down before peeling off the backing. I might have been getting a little too excited. I get my vinyl from a couple different places. And I have a post on my blog that's all about where I like to get vinyl. With my favorite vinyl shops. So Expressionist Vinyl is definitely my go-to, and I think most of the vinyl I'm using today is from Expressionist Vinyl. I'm also a fan of Happy Crafters, and I have I've used a lot more of their vinyl recently. Do you see that pretty purple glitter? Okay, and there's also Swing Designs, has some great vinyl, and sometimes I get it from Amazon. And also I use the Silhouette vinyl. The one place that I really am not a fan of getting my vinyl from is craft stores. Sorry, craft stores. The big box stores, like, it's just so much more expensive. I definitely recommend getting it online if you can. Do you guys agree? Yes, Expressionist Vinyl I love them. But the craft stores, this is the problem with getting vinyl at craft stores. A lot of times they don't have very much to choose from. Like, they'll only have maybe the Cricut vinyl or the Silhouette vinyl. And then also sometimes the coupons don't work on those like name brand products. So then that's kind of sad. You can't even use your coupon. Okay, hold on. I want to do the solid green last because it has the smooth vinyl, I think is more it doesn't need as much heat as some of the other vinyls I'm using, but it also has the most. So I'm gonna kind of use it to line up like that. Okay, so I can see more of the heart. There we go. Anyway, so I don't know, I was rambling a little bit, but my main thing is, if you always buy vinyl from the craft store, from Michael's, Joann, Hobby Lobby, I think it's just more expensive. So yeah, the problem with buying online is you might have to wait a couple days, but I think it's worth it, guys. Do you guys agree? Okay. Maybe I probably should have done a couple of these layers. That's all right. Talk to me, guys. What's going on? Where you're at? Are you guys ready for mermaids in summer yet, or are you still cold and wintry? It's been kind of chilly here lately, which is weird. All right, we got our first layer. Just looks like some kind of random white spots. That's the white glitter. And I'm gonna use the top layer again to line up my next layer, just because it's the one that has the most and it's easier to line up. And I find this easier to do a lot if I stand up. Whew, that one's sticking. Hey Jill, how are ya? I'm gonna use your design here in a minute. Okay, this one, I'm really excited about this vinyl. I have not used it yet. This is my first time, but I'm excited about it. It's like almost transparent, like a holographic transparent vinyl. It's from Expressionist Vinyl. And I will add a link to it. I think in my supply list I don't have the link to this specific vinyl yet, but I will add it because I'm excited about it. And one thing to think about when you're using an iron, okay, so like this iron, do you see it has all these big holes on the bottom? This iron is really kind of the crappiest iron I could be using for this. One of these days I'm gonna get a good flat iron with no holes on the bottom. So when you're doing heat transfer vinyl, you know, you'll hear you don't need to move it around, and that's true, except if you have big holes on the bottom of your iron, then you might want to move it around, because I have had issues before where I press the iron down and I don't move it, and then I lift it up and there's like the hole in the shape of the hole on the bottom of my iron where like the vinyl hasn't been applied properly. So something to think about if you're using an iron. Let's see. Oh, it's already summer in Arizona. It's weird because I'm in Vegas and it was freezing yesterday. It was like the weirdest thing ever. I haven't been outside today yet, guys, but I think it's warming up. Maybe I'll make it out after I'm done with this. Okay, so the holographic is a cold peel vinyl. That means that you gotta let it cool down before you peel off this carrier sheet, because it wants to come up with the carrier sheet. So we're gonna let it cool for a second before we do our next layer. Oh, 30 degrees. Danya, I'm sorry, that sounds very cold. I'm ready for the summer, ready to use all this fun mermaid gear. I mean, guys, am I ready for the summer? The summer is very hot here. I don't know if I'm really ready for the summer. I will be eating my words here in a little bit, I'm sure. Oh, you guys. Holy crap, do you see that? I'm obsessed with this vinyl. It's so perfect for this design too. So if you're just joining, remember this design is part of the Fresh Cut SVG bundle this month, and it's all mermaids. Okay, I'm dying over this vinyl. Is anyone else loving this? Isn't it beautiful? I said that really weird. Isn't it pretty? Okay, so I'm definitely gonna have to add the link to that vinyl because it's my new favorite. So it's really like transparent. It just like shimmers. So this is an Expressionist Vinyl. I should look at I've got my little sample jar here. I should go through and find it. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it's like the transparent holographic foil or something like that. Oh my gosh, isn't it gorgeous? I love it. Okay, so let's keep going so we can finish this. So this one is just a mint Easy Weed. Caesar Easy Weed, not Sizer, I'm learning. Mint Caesar Easy Weed, which is, I don't think I've ever gotten this color before, and it's super pretty. All right, so we're just gonna give that one a few seconds and see, I'm giving it pressure down. So pretty. It's totally perfect for a mermaid shirt. Okay. And this is a hot peel, so I don't have to wait on that. And here we go with our last layer. line it up so that all the spaces are evenish. My daughter's gonna flip, you guys. Okay, so now I'm gonna give the whole thing some heat and pressure, make sure it's all sealed down. And that's why I have this paper. So the parts that aren't covered right now by the carrier sheet are protected by this paper. You can also use parchment paper or a piece of like cotton quilting fabric, you know, like thin cotton fabric, that works. Just something to protect the vinyl from the iron. I feel like a 23-year-old could totally get on board with this. Mandy, your 23-year-old needs a mermaid dress. Ah! Is this cute? Oh my gosh, she's gonna die. All right, so here is the cute little dress, which has the sparkle from the holographic vinyl and the glitter vinyl. But the scales make it so it's like, even though it's this big piece of vinyl, you know how a lot of times if you put a big piece of vinyl on the front of a shirt, it's like a piece of paper like stuck on your shirt? Because it has the scales, it's like got this nice drape still. Guys, I'm really digging it. Okay, so that's the dress right there. And then, in case you missed it, I have to remind you, these are the cute leggings that we made with the stencil and the spray dye. So both the stencil pattern and this design are in the mermaid bundle. Okay. Next, we're gonna come back to our box. So this is our Mermaid Treasure Box. Heidi, yes, okay, we've got plenty of over 23-year-olds who want the Mermaid at Heart shirt dress. Guys, it's cool, we're good. Okay, so we're back with this wooden box that I've sprayed the scales on using the stencil and the tumble dye spray, and it's dry. And now we're going to use something that is really fun that I haven't used a whole lot, so hopefully it works right. I did a little test earlier and it worked pretty good. So we're gonna put this Mermaid Treasures design, which is part of the bundle and is just the cutest thing ever with the dingle hopper. I love, yes, Expressionist Vinyl's here. Yes, the holographic's my new favorite, I'm obsessed. Okay, so we're gonna be using the Caesar Easy Weed adhesive, which I also got from Expressionist Vinyl. This is what it looks like. It looks like kind of nothing, right? It's just like a sheet. It's basically Easy Weed heat transfer vinyl without the vinyl. It's just the adhesive, okay? So I already started weeding this one and I kind of ran out of time because I was running late, sorry. So I just have to get the last little bits inside of these letters. Okay, so it works like a heat transfer vinyl. So just like heat transfer vinyl, you have to mirror your design before cutting it, right? Because, guys, raise your hand if you've cut a huge design and forgotten to mirror it and you're so sad. I'm gonna raise my hand. I did it last week. It was super depressing and I almost didn't have enough vinyl left in the color I was using to do it again, but I made it work and it was fine. But anyway, so mirror your design. And so, oh, I need to turn my iron down. So this stuff uses a slightly lower heat than a regular heat transfer vinyl because I've had issues before where I've done it too hot and it kind of melts and messes up the design. So normally I have my iron on cotton and I'm just moving it down a couple notches. Super scientific process, but you want it, I think she said 275. I was just looking at it before I started. If you have an easy press or a heat press that you can set the temperature, I think it was 275, but definitely double check on that. But so what this does, I guess maybe I should tell you what it does. The adhesive, you can cut your design out of the adhesive. Can you guys see the design is there? And then we're going to apply the foil to it. So the foil can come in lots of different colors and it's super shiny, like super shiny. Do you see that? I think it has just, you can just do different things with it. There's lots of different like watercolor kind of foils and stuff like that, different patterns. There's some really pretty stuff. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut off my design here. And what was I gonna say? Oh, so you might notice too that we're using this on wood because heat transfer vinyl on wood is totally a thing you can do and it works super well and I highly recommend it. Who's done heat transfer on wood before? I've seen some hands raised for not remembering to mirror your designs. I'm glad I'm not alone. All right, so I'm just going to line this up where I want it to go on the top of my box here. Stand up to make sure I'm doing it right. It's a little hard to see the adhesive. I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but it's there. And I'm just going to give this just a few seconds, 3 seconds. I just want to stick the adhesive down onto the box. All right, guys, fingers crossed. Oh. It was kind of coming up. Okay, we're gonna give it another try. It was kind of coming up. So I'm not sure if that means I gave it too much heat or not enough. Might not work since I've practiced it, and it did, and now it's not going to because you guys are here. All right, let's see, what do we got, Okay, I think I need it to give it some more heat. All right, fingers crossed, you guys. That side came out, so I think maybe it just needed a little bit more. Give it a little more. Stick with me, guys. Send me good vibes. Hopefully this works. Yeah, it's almost there. So I tried this once on a leather notebook, and it worked pretty well, except I think I gave it too much heat and it like lost its shape. So now that's why I'm cautious about giving it too much heat. I'm worried that it's not gonna, I can see as I'm peeling it up that some of the adhesive is coming up with the backing, so that's why I'm kind of doing it like this. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. All right, well, we're gonna try this. It might be a train wreck. But either way, you guys are here with me, right? So another option that you could do would just be to do regular iron-on vinyl. We could do that holographic vinyl we used on the shirt. Would be kind of awesome. All right, it's on there. We're gonna see how it goes. Erin's selling me on the Easy Press. I do, I need one. Okay, so I've got this purple foil. And I've also got, let's see, this is, where's my tube? I don't know. This is deco foil. I'm not sure what the color's called because I lost my tube, but it's a very pretty, it's very Little Mermaid color purple. And then I've also got this holographic. This one's called Iridescent. There we go. And you can, we're gonna try this. So the cool thing about the foil too is that you can do different sections of different colors. And I'm not completely sure how this is gonna work, but I'm going to try to do the fork in the iridescent and see how it goes. Does that sound good? Are you guys with me? Oh, my birthday's coming up. You guys can get me an Easy Press for my birthday. It's around the corner. All right, guys, you don't need to get me an Easy Press. But listen, I wouldn't turn it down. Okay, we're gonna try this. Back with the iron. So this time we're gonna give it like 10, 15 seconds and some pressure. And again, the only reason I'm moving my iron around is because I have these stupid holes on it. Okay, fingers crossed that this turns out somewhat okay. You guys, do you have your fingers crossed for me? Craft gods are gonna smile upon us. All right, we're gonna let that sit. So the main thing with foil, one of the big tricks is you have to let it cool down before you peel the foil off. So we gotta let it cool. I thought it would be fun to finish off this box. This is where my hot glue gun comes in, because we're doing all the things. We got stencils, we got spray dye, We got vinyl, foil. We need our hot glue gun, right? Okay, so my daughter for Halloween this year, are your kids into, if you have kids, and some of you guys are like, no lady. Your kids are into the Disney Descendants. Your kids watch that show? Those movies? And one of the characters in the new one is the daughter of Ursula, right? Because they're all daughters of like the Disney, daughters and sons of the Disney villains. Anyway, my daughter was Uma for Halloween, which was really fun for me because I got to make this awesome like sea witch pirate costume. So I have a bunch of like seashells and pearls and gems and things left over from that. So I was thinking it would be really fun to glue some onto our box here. So we're letting our foil cool, and hopefully it's gonna peel off and look awesome, and you're gonna be like amazed that it looks as good as it does. That's the hope. That's the hope. Okay, Liz has daughters who are into Descendants. I knew that there would be someone. Yeah, so last year she was Mal, or I guess 2 years ago she was Mal, who is the daughter of, you guessed it, Maleficent. These guys have super creative names. And this past year she was the daughter of Ursula, Uma. And that was like, I want to be Uma for Halloween next year, you guys. That costume was so much fun. Okay, so let's glue some, I'm just gonna kind of glue some seashells. So these ones, I just bought these at the craft store. You can get like bags of seashells. I think I got them at Hobby Lobby, could be Michael's, I'm not sure. Anyway, and then some of them I spray painted gold for the costume, and I still have some extras left over. So I was thinking we just glue some on. And yeah, should we check our foil? See how we did. Okay, you guys. Okay, it's not so bad. It's a little, you know what did I say before? We're going for the mermaid grunge. It's got a little of the mermaid grunge happening. Okay, that might need a second more to cool, but you can kind of see here, see? Actually, I think it looks pretty good. And we'll see how the fork did. This part was not ready, so it needs a little more cooling down. All right, so for the seashells, I'm just gonna glob some glue on. This is super precise. Globbing glue, sticking seashells on, throw on some gems. Ooh, some sequins. Guys, this is pretty fun. Pearls are great for a Mermaid Treasure Box. I've got these little bitty pearls, which are kind of a pain to glue on, but if you just like glob some glue on there and then jam them in there and don't burn your fingers, that's always the trick, right? Okay, ta-da! All right, let's see how the fork did. And the fork's gonna, I just let it overlap a little bit with the purple and decided I didn't care. Let's see how it turned out. Okay, I'm pretty happy. What do you guys think? Woo, mermaid treasures. I did buy a costume last year, Erin, for the first time. My mom always handmade our costumes, and so I kind of have this like mom guilt about it. That's just like because my mom did it, I feel like I have to. But man, it can be. I'm all for buying them. So no, you are not lame. Buy away. All right, guys, there's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just throwing stuff on glue and seeing what sticks. How's it looking? Okay, so my sons are gonna be mad because she's getting all this cute stuff. She's gonna love this mermaid box. We went to Florida last year and she has a bunch of seashells that we collected still that she's got all over. So now she's gonna have a little place to keep them. And you can get, this is just a wooden box like from the craft store. I think this one's a cigar box, but you know, there's so many different, you can do whatever size you want. Shake off the extra. Yeah, so I stenciled the box. When I'm done, if you want, you can go back and watch it. It was at the beginning. So I used this stencil material. I cut out, this design's part of the bundle, this scale design, and then I used these tumble dye dyes to spray it on, just like I did on the leggings. And that's it. What do you guys think? I feel like we need another gold seashell down here. I'm kind of digging the sequins on it. Oh, burnt myself. You knew it was gonna happen. All right, what do you guys think? What else does it need? Is it looking okay? Am I done? That's the hardest thing to know sometimes, right? When to walk away. So I've just got some pearl beads, some sequins, some shells. And that's it. Okay, we're done. That's it. Hey guys. Ah. Uh-oh, my door's open and you can see into my messy bathroom. I better go close that. No one look. Okay, so today we made mermaid crafts. Thanks for being here and watching. Just to show you what we made again, we did this Mermaid Treasures box. This uses 2 different designs from the cut file bundle. It uses this Mermaid Treasures design and then also the scale stencil. And you can find all of that information in the link in the description of the video right here. And then we also did some stenciled leggings, which I'm kind of obsessed with the stenciled leggings. And this cute mermaid at heart dress with the different kinds of vinyl for the scales, which let's just look at that holographic vinyl again. Ah! All right, you guys, that was all the mermaid stuff. Happy Friday, have a great weekend, and I'll be back here next Friday with some more crafts. So hope to see you then, 11:30 Pacific time-ish. I try to be on time every Friday right here. So anyway, happy making, you guys.